case you missed last time, we are playing a little game called Ghost Pie. Kind of a game that deals with the death of a character. Could be a character you've already played. Could be something they come up with just for this. Last time we kind of went through sort of how this works, so I'm going to keep it brief. Really, the biggest thing is last time we went over, we worked through a couple of the anchors that kind of keep this character tied to their previous life. We've got a couple left, and we're going to try and see if we can't work through those and see how that goes. So, let's see. So we had a couple left, and before we get too far, I really like that they have this at the beginning of the game. Kind of talks about safety, because this is a game that talks about death, grief, and letting go. I think it's an important thing to remember, just that if this is something that, whether you're watching or if you are playing this yourself, just important to remember you can walk away at any point, that it's just a game, and if it's too much for you, there is help out there. So, let's see. All right, so where we ended last time, Zoom was having some problems with letting go of one of his anchors. He was having a lot of trouble with that, gained a lot of corruption from it, really just struggling. And so we move on to the next one, which was the King of Hearts. And so that one is an item on a keyring. So I would say that for him, it probably is literally a key on a keyring. Something that reminds him of an offer of stability that he had once whenever he was younger, that he did not take, but it kind of remained as an option for him. So let's see. All right, our first is a 3, so that is a partial success. Let's see, so on a partial, roll again, and let's see. Yeah, evens are a point to progress, odds are no progress is made, but you got spite. And we got evens. So that is 1 point towards progress. So he doesn't gain any spite, he gains some progress. It doesn't really get rid of the spite necessarily. We'll go again. And that's another partial success. I got another 3. And the result of that is a spite. So he is pretty heavy with the spite. Pretty dark place for him right now. Got a partial failure on the next attempt, which, your action fails, but nothing gets worse. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, I got a 1 on the follow up to that, which means that that's a failure to progress. And now we're going to make one more attempt on this one, and then whether it's a failure or a success, we'll move on to the last one. All right, so that's another partial failure, and the follow up is no progress made. Yeah, so he's just kind of feeling like stuck, really. At this point, the spite is pretty overwhelming. Just thinking about all the things that he didn't do, all the things that he wanted to do, really just not wanting to let go of things and move on. But at that point, we're going to sort of fade into our next and last anchor, which, let's see, was an ace. Which one was it? That's right. Yeah, the ace of clubs. I'm going to say because he had such a hard time with the other ace, the ring, that it was probably a disagreement. The ace of clubs is a disagreement he could not let go of. I'm going to say that that's kind of what it was that ended things with that person, that significant other. And so he's just having a hard time letting go of that, much like he had a hard time letting go of them. So, let's see. Ooh, yikes. I got a 1 on our first roll here, which is an absolute failure. Get back up to that. Yeah, automatically fails, add 1 failure and 1 spite. So, I mean, he is pretty heavily overwhelmed with spite at this point. And oof, yeah, that's another 1. We're gonna give this another couple of shots, but he's really struggling. Okay, so that time we got a partial success, and the follow up to that. Yeah, so I got odds, so no progress is made. Adds 1 spite. So I mean, he is like, instead of being his normal kind of cute self, he is pretty much just like this black hole at this point of just rage and hurt. So we're gonna give this another shot. We'll see. Nope, that is another 1. Yeah, I thought these last couple anchors might take a little bit longer, but because we had some big some big failures here, with a couple of, well, like 3, I think, absolute failures. Yeah, that's all of his anchors. I would say, because I'm not gonna sit here and make everybody watch me while I add up all the successes and failures, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna work on that. I'm gonna get all that figured out off of stream, and then probably just kind of record like a little bit of a follow-up, go over his final moments, talk a little bit about the crossing, which, again, spoilers, we know from having played him before that he does not cross over, but we can kind of go over that a little bit more, and then I'll talk a little bit about how I feel about this game and do like a little bit of a review to follow up. So anyway, that was a really short one today, but I'm gonna raid our friend Artemis, so stick around for just a little bit, and yeah, thanks for joining.